Hey guys, Mike McErlane back again with another episode of Workout 101. The last video that we did, we covered some abs and it got so many good reviews on it, well, decided to do a couple more exercises that are going to target some abs just a little bit differently. So a lot of people have different equipment, some have a little bit different philosophy of things to do to target the different areas of the abs. So in this particular series, we're going to cover 3 more exercises. So I'm going to get to it and then I'm going to explain the technique once again and kind of go over the routine and talk about some of the differences and things to expect with each one of these different exercises. All right, so here we go. Start off with stability ball crunches using the band. Now I like to use the band. If you don't have the band, it's okay, just grab the weight. So we're going to roll into it here. Just a few. Switch right over into an overhead cable crunch. You can use the rope here. Stand up. Switch right over into a side plank. Get up on our elbow here. Switch over. Do the other side. Got to hit both sides. And relax. Okay, so that's 3 exercises. Let's go review all of them. So that's 3 ab exercises that we did. The first one, we started off with the stability ball crunch using the band. You can use the band, you can use the cable, you can use a weight. If you don't want to do the resistance and your abs aren't strong enough to add a resistance to the movement, don't worry about it. Just conduct the ab exercises on the ball. But to start off, I'm going to explain how to get positioned on the ball so that you can actually execute the movement correctly. So first and foremost, you want to sit on the ball, slowly roll into the ball to where the placement is right on the small of the back. You don't want to be too far forward to where your hips are down, and you don't want to be too far back to where you're going to be hunched over the ball back over this way. What you want to do is be positioned just to where the ball is in the small of the back and right below your scapula, okay? Now as you come up, again, you want to make sure to contract just the sternum to the belly button here, okay? You don't want to pull up and sit up on the ball and have the ball roll backwards. You want to make sure to squeeze your glutes up. That's going to automatically engage your abs. And then from here, just contract, okay? Minimize the distance between your sternum and your belly button here. Now I like using the bands because what I can do is I can take this movement at a more rapid and fast pace. And as I come up, I'm coming up hard and fast. Okay. Now recent research shows that if you execute ab exercises at a fast, rapid pace, you actually stimulate more muscle fibers. Okay. From there, went right into an overhead cable crunch. I see a lot of people doing these exercises and they really don't do them correctly. Some people do, but for the most part, a lot of people, they still pull with the hip flexors. One of the big things that happens when you do abs, especially if you do crunches or any type of ab movement, is a lot of people, they don't really understand how to contract their abs and they bend about the hip. This is an exercise to where that happens a lot. So first and foremost, I like to use a rope. If you don't have a rope, you can use a bar, you can use any type of handle to where you can just get a fixed position on the cable here to where you're contracting, but your arms aren't moving up, the cable's not moving, it's in a fixed position and you're just moving the weight. So I'm going to grab the weight here, I'm going to back up. I don't recommend being right underneath the weight because that doesn't put the right angle that you want to move, okay? So you want to back up just a little bit to where this cable is roughly about a 45-degree angle from your chest. That's how far you want to be back, okay? So as your arms are outstretched here, it's at a 45-degree angle. I don't want to be too far back, okay? And I don't want to be too far forward, all right? I want to be positioned right to where, as I extend my arms here, it's about a 45-degree angle away from my chest. That's pretty much guaranteeing that I'm in the right position. From here, I want to lean forward to where my femur here is at a 90-degree angle. From there, I just want to bend about the hips to where I'm in this position. I'm at 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here, and the cable is at a 45-degree angle above me, okay? Those different angles are going to make sure that I'm got a good contraction and good resistance against the abs as I move them. What you don't want to do is this, and I want you to notice right in my hip area what happens. As I get in position here, this is what I see a lot of people doing. They're leaning back and then trying to contract. They're pulling with their hip flexors. You don't want to do that. You want to keep this fixed position, and the only movement should be right about the abs. The fulcrum is positioned right in the center of your abs, and you're actually pivoting right on that point. That's going to make sure that your abs are getting targeted in this exercise. Here's how you want to do it. Grab a hold of the rope here, pull it right down by your head. It's okay if it's in front. I like to go right behind the head a little bit. And as I'm here, I'm just putting my elbows to my mid-thighs. That's your aiming point. Elbows to mid-thighs. And you're crunching in. And up. By doing that, that means that you're really engaging your abs and you're not pulling from your hip flexors. Keep this part still. Don't lean back, okay? Now, from there, I went right over into a side plank. Now, just like the regular plank to where you're up on both elbows, the side plank is the same type of a static contraction to where you're contracting the rectus abdominis. Here, because you're in a side position, you're contracting the external obliques, okay? So that is the target point of your abs that you're trying to hit. So how do you do that? Well, you get up on your elbow here, and what you want to do is from here, raise your hip, and then just kind of turn your hip out. You want to kick your hip out. Again, squeeze your glutes forward, okay? So as I come up here, and my aiming point is to kick this hip up, squeeze my glutes forward. Again, roll your hips forward and squeeze, and you're going to feel that right in your external obliques, okay? Right here. That's where you should feel it. Just don't come up here and hold this position. Don't come up here and just lift your hip up. Squeeze your glutes forward. Squeeze them forward. Squeeze your butt together. Hold it. By being at that angle, that's how you're going to target your external obliques. All right? So there's another great movement. 3 movements now for the abs. To download a workout program, click below. Until next time, it's Mike McErlane with the MF Trainer and Workout 101.